we have a next step for the Jewish people? Where do you see the next 5, 10 years? Is this going to come to a point where America is going to be emptied? Is that what it looks like?
Emptied of what? Of Jews? It's a process. It's a process. And if there are in the past, there were always communities that stayed behind. But let me answer it a little bit differently. I have no doubt that American Jewry will become less central, less important, not as wealthy, and not as politically powerful. That erosion will happen. Meaning to say, years ago, my mother asked me, she said, "What do you think is going to be with American Jewry?" I said to her, "I think that the future of American Jewry is French Jewry," meaning to say it's going to become more and more like France. And with time, it'll become less and less golden. It is becoming less golden through various historical phenomenons and machinations. The American Jewish project is not as golden as it was when I was a kid in America, and it'll continue to erode slowly. But there will be more and more Jews from America who come to this land and help build it. And they're going to be the lucky ones because they will have matriculated and learned the Hebrew language and learned to work here and made this country better. Do I think America's going to be emptied of Jews? It'll take time, and it's not like something we're striving to build this land. I'm not striving to empty American Jews out. It's not something I'm happy when Jews are coming home and are part of it. As in history, there's always Jews that have been out and or maybe assimilated out or whatever it is. I'm here to bring the people who get it to be part of it. I'm not here to talk about doom and destruction. It is true. It is true that cities like Vilna, 100 years ago, were packed full of Jews, Pinsk and Minsk and these places. And today there's almost nobody. Or Yemen, you know what I mean? Or the country of Yemen or other countries, or Baghdad, or Tehran or whatever it is. There's these places, these big cities, important cities. I love cities. I love big, great cities. And these great cities, become empty of their Jews. And then they miss them, then they they call them back. They miss them, whatever it is. You go to these places, Prague and Krakow and whatever, and there's these beautiful cities. Vienna is a very good example because, it was such a powerful city, such a capital, such a beautiful capital, and had so much intellectual firepower. Let's remember that Vienna is a place where Herzl and Freud grew up, and it's also where Hitler comes from. And this great city, Vienna, which to this very day is a very beautiful city, but it doesn't have any serious Jewish life in it anymore. So if you extrapolate at that and you say, New York is a great city, and there's been great things that came out of New York. If it's Yeshiva University, if it's the fight for Russian Jewry, if it's Art Scroll and the Schottenstein Talmud, there's many things that have come out of there. And we've had a great run in New York, and a lot of blessing and a lot of financial firepower and a lot of blessing for America. But it tends to go away, historically speaking. And so far it's been a generally good home for us, America. They don't like it when I talk about Jews being in the other, but they are the other. And so, am I calling for the end of American Jewry? I'm calling to people to come home, to be part of it. If somebody says to me, do we need American Jews so they could lobby for Israel and America? That has been the case. And it might be the case for a while longer. But eventually this process will lead to the de-importance, decentralization, de-empowerment of this thing called America. Oh, I forgot another great, powerful place, which was London. London had such powerful Jews, and without the Jews of London, Israel could have not been born. Everybody talks about America helping Israel be born. That's not the truth. The truth is that in the sunset of World War I, it was the British who helped give birth to the Jewish state, and it was the
So you're
Jews.
mentioning
It was
you're
the
mentioning
Jews in
something.
that court. But soon, very soon, that turned around, and Britain became anti-Israel and has stayed, troublesome for Israel for all these years. So that's the historical trends. That's where it goes. And when we talk to individuals to come home, bring your wealth, bring your knowledge, bring your American know-how, bring your good traits, and come home and build this land.